Hello YouTube, Sam here with CTI. We are in the lab today. We are going to perform an extremely difficult separation of oats and wheat. We are going to take you along and show you the process that we have worked out. The customer that sent us this sample has a Clipper 2B seed cleaner, and he is not wanting to spend money on extra machines to make this separation. He wanted me to use the screens that I have in the lab and decide on the best one to use. The best way to make this separation would be to have a disc mill filled with J-pockets. The J-pockets would lift the wheat out of the oats. You can see the wheat in the oats there. This sample has quite a bit of wheat in it. We have set up the Clipper office tester as a scalper. This is a little bit of a different configuration than how it would normally be set up. The customer will be able to duplicate this on his Clipper 2B. You can see that we have just one screen in the Clipper office tester. Normally we would have two, and the top screen would be the flat one that goes in this slot here. You can see, however, that we have taken just one screen and slid it in the bottom screen slot. This is because the bottom screen is at more of an angle so that the product can flow down it smoothly and quickly. For this particular separation, I needed the screen to be at more of an angle so that the oats would rush down the screen and then the wheat would hit these holes and fall through. If the screen was more flat, like it would be if we were in the top slot, the oats would have more time sitting on top of the screen to turn up on end and fall through the perforations. You can't see it in the video because I've used clear tape, but I do have the second half of this screen blanked off. This is because the wheat usually falls through within this first section of perforation, and the rest of that screen is just more time that the oats can stand up on end and go into where the wheat will be discharged, which is out the side of the seed cleaner. We are not running the fan for this separation. So inside the belt guard you can't see it, but I have actually taken the fan drive belt off because it is not needed. Okay, we have the seed cleaner running. We're going to go ahead and start putting product on the screen. I am putting it right on the spreader blank because I want the product to be flat as it goes across the screen perforations. If you drop it right on top of the perforations, it's going to be more of a chance that the oats will turn up on end and fall through the screen, which is, we don't want that. You can see how the oats are rushing down the screen. They're getting on the clear tape and then they're falling right down into the bottom catching pan. Again, this process can be duplicated on the Clipper M2B, the Clipper 2B, the Eliminator 224 seed cleaners, and other cleaners that have the bottom screen at a slope like this. Here you can see what's coming out of the side of the seed cleaner. This is what's falling through the 12 round screen. You can see there's a lot of wheat in there. When I'm finished running this sample, I will pull the product out of the bottom pan onto the cleaner and I will put this beside it and I will show you the finished results. This is showing the results of the test. This has been just one pass through the Clipper office tester with a 12 round hole screen. Zooming in here, this is what was removed. You can see this is where the wheat is. There's a lot of wheat kernels in there. Over here is the sample with just oats. There is probably 1 or 2 seeds hiding in there, but we have removed most of the wheat. I tried several different sized screens. I decided that the 12 round was the best size. I tried a 14, I tried a 13, but the shrink was quite a bit larger on that, meaning there was more oats in with the wheat. So I decided on the 12. There is half sizes available, like 12.5 or possibly an 11.5 that would work for this separation. You could fine tune it with those screens. I'm going to go ahead and show you this sample, starting with a fresh batch over here out of the bag, showing it running through a disc mill with J discs, so that you can see the shrink using that method would be much better than the shrink that we have over here. Okay, so here we have the sample loaded in the disc mill with the J disc, and we're going to go ahead and show it in operation. You can see it kicking out the wheat. This would be the best machine to make the separation, but again, the customer wanted to try to do it with just screens to save funds. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this for a little while, and then I will show you all of the wheat that we removed. The way this would be set up when it would be in a larger machine would be a series of J discs, and they would all be working, and the sample that would come out of the end would be almost pure oats, and then the sample that would come out of the front would be your wheat. So here is the results of the test in the disc mill. You can see that the shrink is a lot less, and over here is your good oats. Again, you would have several discs working on this, so the process would be faster, and the oats that would come out of the end would be almost pure oats. So to summarize the video, the only way I could get the screens to do any noticeable separation to the sample was to use the angle of the bottom screen and only use that screen, disconnect the fan so we don't have air, and then I blanked off the second half of this screen with clear tape, and the wheat was falling through in this first portion of the separation with some oats. But it did greatly improve the sample, and so this is an option even though it is not the normal way of using the Clipper office tester. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.